More than 100,000 dead, livelihoods lost, and a generation put at risk, with no clear end in sight, and a Prime Minister unable to announce a way out of the third national lockdown, only give a date of when a plan might emerge.
We remain in a perilous situation, with more than 37,000 patients now in hospital with COVID, almost double the peak of the first wave. But the overall picture should be clearer by mid-February. By then, we will know much more about the effect of vaccines in preventing hospitalizations and deaths.
The caveat being if no new COVID variants emerge and the vaccine rollout continues as planned. The lockdown is particularly tough on children. School closures have led to mental health plummeting and inequality soaring. The government says classrooms may reopen on March 8th, but it will take years for students to catch up on lost education. Meanwhile, new quarantine rules for some arrivals into the UK to try and protect the country from unknown COVID mutations. UK citizens and residents flying in from 22 countries will be forced to isolate in hotels for 10 days at their own expense. The high-risk countries include South Africa and Brazil, where COVID variants are already circulating.
We have also banned all travel from 22 countries where there is a risk of known variants, including South Africa, Portugal and South American nations. And in order to reduce the risk posed by UK nationals and residents returning home from these countries, I can announce that we will require all such arrivals who cannot be refused entry to isolate in government-provided accommodation, such as hotels, for 10 days without exception.
The airline industry says with no exit plan, these measures will effectively close the UK's borders and argue the country already has strict protocols in place, while some ministers wanted to quarantine every traveller.
We need a much stronger defences at our borders. We were one of the slowest countries to take any measures on our borders. When we had a quarantine system, not many people were checked. And here we are today without a comprehensive way of protecting our borders. That, at the very least, is urgently needed.
Vaccines are providing hope for many, but the UK has the highest death toll in Europe. The Prime Minister insists he has followed the science throughout the pandemic, yet the scientists disagree and grimly predict another 50,000 people could die. Charlie Angela, Al Jazeera.